Well, you know, I am so amazed that there's so many artists here. It's wonderful. I never thought that the art community could benefit social justice until I got involved with the Foundry Theater, which is in New York. It's activist theater. Oh, you doing me now? Ah! My name is WandaImasuen. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. My organization is FURY, which stands for Families United for Racial and Economic Equality. I didn't know anything about social justice. I knew about the political arena, but I didn't want to be involved with politics until 9/11 happened, and it was a trickle-down effect. I had to go and apply for public assistance, which is to apply for benefits from the welfare department, which they call TANF. And when I went there, I'm sitting there waiting for hours and hours, and I see this lady. She was going from one client to another, and I didn't know. I said, I hope she doesn't come and bother me. I wanted to act as if I didn't exist. I didn't want to be there. And lo and behold, she came, she sat down, and she said, hi, how are you? I said, fine. She said, well, what do you think about being here? I said, what do you think? Do you think anyone want to be here? Look around this room. I said, this is like human despair. The workers over there look like me, and look how they're treating us with such utterly disrespect. She invited me to a meeting, said, well, you know, why don't you come to a meeting? We are organizing around those issues. And I didn't know what she meant by that. I said, oh, she sounds so nice, and maybe I'll go. So I stuck the paper in my mirror. And she kept calling, and I was going through so much. I hear this nice voice, this stranger asking me, how are you doing? How's things going? And I said, I have to go to this meeting. When I walked in the doors, I heard, if you had a magic wand, what would you do? I said, wow, I'll make these people respect me. The Department of Social Service respect me. And what happened, the rest is history. I became involved immediately. They embraced me. I didn't feel embarrassed about my situation, about being on public assistance. I became a leader in the organization. I was a leader. I was on the board of directors. Then I was the first one that got the intern at FURY, and then I applied for New Voices Fellowship. I never thought in my wildest dream I would get New Voices. Here I am.
What year? What class are you?
The class is 2005. And what happened was I was told that New Voices only give fellowships to lawyers and people that have graduated from college. And I thought, oh my, well, I wanted it. I needed it because our campaign was picking up steam, and we were at the point where we were going to win some things if I could be on full time. And my 3 months was over. And I applied, I prayed, and I got the fellowship. They said it's 15 slots. I said, God, if there's 15 slots, one of them is mine. I don't care if I'm number 15. And I was at City Hall, and we had an action. And we had an action. And
what are you doing now professionally?
I'm still working at FURY. I became our organizer. I'm a lead organizer now. We are working on gentrification, food justice issues, and we are also working on access to affordable housing, which we have a lot of gentrifications going on in the downtown area, and we want to put pressure on that we get 50% of affordable housing for families that live in the community. Not a 70% minimum income. You have to make $70,000. We want folks to be able, if they have $14,000, they could live there.
And if you could do anything you wanted with your career, what would that be?
Wow. I am going on a road. I am going on a road trip. I've planned it. I have a vision to do a road trip which will connect me from New York City all the way down to Miami. I'm going to stop along the way to all the New Voices alumni. See what how I can connect what we're doing in New York to what they're doing and some organizations that we don't know of. I'm going to do research, and I want to help them with their leadership development, and I want to help them build their capacity, getting more folks involved in social justice issues.
And when your fellowship came, is it on an end already? When it did come to an end, I mean, what were you most excited about?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I mean, when your fellowship, you had a 2-year fellowship, right? I mean, when it came to an end, what were you most excited about?
I was excited about moving forward. I was excited that now my organization was at a point where they could hire me, and it was a possibility I would get hired full-time, which happened. I was full-time organizer, and then I became lead organizer. I was excited because I was given the opportunity to do something I never thought that I would be able to do, to reach out to folks like myself that didn't know anything about what was going on in their community and bring information to them and help them develop as leaders as I was developed.
And whose work in the New Voices community most impressed you? And why?
Excuse me?
Whose work in the New Voices community most impressed you, and why?
What most impressed me is that it wasn't about me being a graduate, having a degree. It was about building on the skills that I had, making me be a better organizer, giving me the skills so that I would be able to help others advocate for themselves. What impressed me that even though I was in my 50s and I considered myself a senior citizen, everyone at New Voices embraced me. They helped me to be better at who I was as a person and as an organizer. And I didn't feel that I was less than, but I was equal, because I felt that I didn't have a degree, that I didn't measure up. And everyone told me I had something to offer. And then I believed, and I became who I am, and I am so grateful for New Voices and New Voices family. I have a network of people that are there for a lifetime, that will support me, that will encourage me, that will help me through the rough times.
What makes you the most happy?
The most happy that even I'm going to be 62 years old, there's a whole world out there, and I can do anything that I want to do because I have the support of the New Voices community that will help me and guide me and direct me to whatever I choose to do. And that road trip, that is what I am going to do.
That what makes you the most, what gives you the most joy in life?
Helping people, bringing information to folks that don't even have a clue of what's going on, knocking on a door, don't know who you're going to meet, and engaging them and connecting to them in a way that I never thought was possible. That encouraged me, and that is the happiest. I mean, I have the whole world at my fingertips, and all I have to do is knock on the door, and once they open that door, I make that connection to their center. And what's important to them is also important to me. And that's what brings me happiness and joy.